EastEnders star Gillian Wright has revealed that Zoe Slater's return to Walford will lead to huge consequences for the entire family. With Alfie and Stacey having been searching for Zoe since her surprise comeback in June, in this week's episodes, Kat, Jean and Tommy all discovered the truth. Next week, Zoe will set foot in Albert Square for the first time in 2 decades and Kat will finally reunite with her estranged daughter in emotional scenes. Details of Zoe's return are being kept tightly under wraps for now, but things won't be smooth sailing for the Slaters in the coming weeks. Gillian, who plays Jean, has revealed the family will be impacted in a number of big ways. Speaking exclusively to Digital Spy at a photoshoot for the Inside Soap Awards 2025, Gillian teased, "How will Zoe's return shake the Slater family up?" In a big way. In lots of different ways. It's not just one aspect of Zoe's story that shakes us up. There's lots of different aspects to it, and there's a rollerball of effects and consequences. It's big and it's exciting, and it's just great to have her back. Zoe's return comes at the perfect time, as next month will mark 25 years of the Slater family's first appearance in EastEnders. The Slaters are also nominated for Best Family at this year's awards, and Gillian has an idea of what makes her on-screen clan so iconic. She said, "It's because we're a group of very strong women with very strong characters, who can clash quite comfortably. People can argue and rub each other up the wrong way without it having serious consequences, and we're not afraid to say what we think." It's been a difficult few months for Jean, who has not only had to deal with her sudden split from partner Harvey, but has helped Stacey through her grief since Martin's death in February. "She's had a bit of a tough year," Gillian recalled. She's mourning the loss of Martin, and as actors really miss James By, who played Martin. He was a great person to have amongst us as a cast. But as Jean, she's really destroyed and confused, I think, by the breakup with Harvey, because I think she totally trusted him and that's floored her. Elsewhere, with the Slater moons now back in the Vic, Jean's recently tried her hand at pulling pints again, and let's just say, she's not exactly a natural. "Oh no, Jean could not be a barmaid." Gillian laughed, when asked about her character's career prospects. "That's what I love about her really, the fact that she'd prefer to clean toilets than serve in the bar, and that's saying something." Asked about why fans should get behind EastEnders in the Best Soap category this year, Gillian replied, "I think we've got some really good stories. I think we've got some new actors coming in who are really good, and I think the stakes are upped a bit. I'm proud to be in EastEnders." EastEnders. Gillian Wright teases Zoe Slater's explosive return and what it means for the family. It's the comeback that fans have been whispering about for months, and now it's finally happening. EastEnders is about to welcome Zoe Slater back to Walford after 2 decades away, and according to Gillian Wright, who plays Jean, this return is going to shake the Slater family to its very core. In recent episodes, the groundwork for Zoe's reintroduction has been quietly laid. After Stacey and Alfie began searching for her in June, the truth about her return slowly started to ripple through the family. Kat, Jean, and Tommy were recently let in on the secret, but next week marks the big turning point. Zoe will step foot in Albert Square for the first time in 20 years. For longtime viewers, this promises an emotional reunion, particularly for Kat, who will finally come face to face with her estranged daughter. But as Wright warns, things won't be simple. In fact, Zoe's return is set to spark a chain reaction of emotional upheaval, shocking revelations, and family drama that could rival some of the Slaters' most iconic moments. Zoe Slater's legacy in Walford. To understand the significance of Zoe's return, you have to go back to the beginning. Zoe Slater, played by Michelle Ryan, was first introduced in 2000 as part of one of the most famous arrivals in soap history, the Slater family storming into Albert Square. Kat, Lynn, Little Mo, and their formidable matriarch Mo Harris brought chaos, comedy, and heartache in equal measure. Zoe was initially presented as Kat's younger sister, but in one of the most iconic EastEnders twists of all time, viewers learned that Kat was actually Zoe's mother. The now legendary, "You ain't my mother. Yes I am," confrontation between Kat and Zoe remains etched in soap history, still replayed whenever the show's greatest moments are celebrated. After a turbulent time in Walford, including her ill-fated romance with Dennis Rickman and her involvement in Den Watt's murder storyline, Zoe departed the square in 2005. In the years since, her absence has been felt, and fans have long speculated if she would ever return. Now, in 2025, the wait is finally over. Gillian Wright. Zoe's return will have huge consequences. Speaking exclusively at a photoshoot for the Inside Soap Awards 2025, Gillian Wright, a beloved member of the cast for nearly 2 decades, didn't hold back in teasing just how impactful Zoe's comeback will be. How will Zoe's return shake the Slater family up? In a big way, Wright said. In lots of different ways. It's not just one aspect of Zoe's story that shakes us up. There are lots of different aspects to it, and there's a rollerball of effects and consequences. It's big and it's exciting, and it's just great to have her back. Wright's comments suggest that Zoe's return isn't a simple reunion story. Instead, it will reverberate across multiple characters, affecting Kat, Stacy, Jean, Alfie, and even the next generation of Slaters like Tommy and Lily. The Slaters are no strangers to drama, but with Zoe back in the mix, old wounds may be reopened while new ones are created. The timing, 25 years of the Slaters. The timing of Zoe's comeback couldn't be more perfect. Next month marks the 25th anniversary of the Slater family's debut in EastEnders. Few families have made as big an impact on the soap, with Kat, Jean, and Stacy still at the heart of the show. For Wright, the Slaters' staying power lies in their authenticity. It's because we're a group of very strong women with very strong characters, who can clash quite comfortably, she explained. People can argue and rub each other up the wrong way without it having serious consequences, and we're not afraid to say what we think. That raw, relatable dynamic is exactly what fans love, and Zoe's return offers the perfect opportunity to honor the Slaters' legacy while pushing them into a bold new chapter. Jean's journey, loss, heartbreak, and resilience. While Zoe's story is the big headline, Wright also reflected on her own character's journey this year. Jean has always been one of Walford's most beloved characters, with her vulnerability, resilience, and occasional comic moments winning over viewers. Recently, Jean has endured her fair share of struggles. Not only has she supported Stacy through her grief after Martin's shock death in February, but she's also been left heartbroken by the end of her relationship with Harvey. She's had a bit of a tough year, Wright admitted. She's mourning the loss of Martin, and as actors really miss James By, who played Martin. He was a great person to have amongst us as a cast. But as Jean, she's really destroyed and confused, I think, by the breakup with Harvey, because I think she totally trusted him and that's floored her. Fans know Jean's mental health struggles have been an important and sensitively handled part of her story over the years. As she navigates her latest challenges, Wright promises more heartfelt and honest moments. Jean behind the bar, or not? One lighter subplot recently saw Jean attempt to help out in the Queen Vic, now run by the Slater Moons. But as Wright confessed, Jean's bartending skills left a lot to be desired. Oh no, Jean could not be a barmaid, she laughed. That's what I love about her really, the fact that she'd prefer to clean toilets than serve in the bar, and that's saying something. It's a moment of levity in a show often filled with heavy drama, and a reminder of why Jean has become such a fan favorite. What Zoe's return could mean for Kat. Perhaps the most emotional part of Zoe's return will be her reunion with Kat. The mother-daughter relationship between Kat and Zoe has always been complicated, full of love, betrayal, and pain. Kat has built a new life since Zoe left, raising Tommy and working to rebuild her relationships with Stacy and Alfie. But deep down, the absence of her daughter has always been a wound. How will Kat react when she finally comes face to face with Zoe after 2 decades apart? Will Zoe forgive her mother for the past? Will Kat be able to embrace Zoe as an adult, or will old resentments resurface? These are the questions that fans are desperate to see answered. Fan theories. What brings Zoe back? The exact circumstances of Zoe's return are being kept tightly under wraps, but that hasn't stopped fans from speculating. Some believe she may return with secrets of her own, possibly even children. Others think she could be tied into upcoming storylines involving Phil, Alfie, or even Sam Mitchell. One popular theory is that Zoe's return could coincide with a health crisis for Kat or Jean, pulling her back to Walford out of necessity. Another possibility is that Zoe may be harboring resentment and unfinished business from her time away. Whatever the truth, it's clear her reappearance will be anything but simple. EastEnders at the awards. The timing of Zoe's return also aligns with awards season. The Slaters are nominated for Best Family at the Inside Soap Awards 2025, and Wright believes their enduring appeal gives them the edge. Asked why fans should vote for EastEnders in the Best Soap category, Wright said, "I think we've got some really good stories. I think we've got some new actors coming in who are really good, and I think the stakes are upped a bit. I'm proud to be in EastEnders." Looking ahead, a new era for the Slaters. With Zoe back, Kat at the helm of the Vic, and Stacy continuing to navigate grief and motherhood, the Slaters are once again at the heart of EastEnders. This is no accident. The show knows how much viewers love the family's mix of toughness, vulnerability, and chaos. If the next few months deliver on Wright's promise of big consequences and Rollerball effects. We could be looking at some of the most powerful Slater storylines since their arrival 25 years ago. For longtime fans, it's a chance to relive the show's golden era while watching the family evolve for a new generation. Conclusion. The Slaters at 25 and beyond. Zoe Slater's return isn't just about one character, it's about legacy. It's about revisiting the past while setting up the future. For Kat, it's about facing the daughter she once lied to in one of soap's most iconic reveals. For Jean, it's about balancing her own struggles with the chaos that Zoe's presence will bring. For Stacy, Alfie, and the rest of the clan, it's about learning how to move forward when the past refuses to stay buried.